NFL SafeZone. I'm Michael Bryan. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment. Again, like, subscribe, share, comment. This is part 4 of our 4-part series of our NFL preview. We got the AFC South and the NFC South. So I figured, I am a Colts fan. Most of y'all are Colts fans that watch this show. So let's talk about the Colts. Let's talk about the AFC South. We'll talk about the Colts last in the AFC South, though. Let's talk about the Texans first. So the Texans, y'all. The Texans, C.J. Stroud is playing quarterback. D'Amico Ryans is the coach, former player. Is he going to be a winner? No. He'll probably get fired in the next 2 to 3 years. I'm not going to go deep into the Texans because I honestly think they'll be one of the worst teams in the league and they'll go 3-14. The only teams I see the Texans beating this year are Atlanta, maybe New Orleans, and Tampa Bay. Because Tampa Bay will probably be the worst team. Baker Mayfield is just completely absolute garbage. We'll get to that later. But then you got the Titans. The Titans now, like Mike Vrabel, former Patriot. Yeah, whatever. The Titans, they've had the Colts number the last few years. Who hasn't? Let's be real, man. Frank had to fucking go for a reason. He's gone. See you later. You in Carolina. Go do your thing, Frank. We got Shane. I am perfectly fine with Shane. I liked how the preseason game went. But as for the Titans, they got Ryan Tannehill, who gets hurt all the fucking time. They got King Henry, who gets hurt all the fucking time. Then they got Will Levy and Malik Willis as backup quarterbacks. I don't see the Titans I say it like that, but let's see what I think. I got the Titans boarding pass right here. So the Titans, I got them open the season up with a dub over New Orleans, and then they're going to lose 3 straight against the Chargers, Cleveland, and Cincinnati. Then they're going to lose to the Colts, so 4 in a row losses, and then beat Baltimore, beat Atlanta, lose to Pittsburgh, lose to Tampa Bay. Yeah, I said lose to Tampa Bay. That's going to be one of the rare wins that the Buccaneers get. Lose to Jacksonville, lose to Carolina, beat the Colts, lose to Miami, beat Houston, lose to Seattle, beat Houston, beat Jacksonville, and finish the season 7-10. Doing that typical, what they should be. The Titans, they just don't impress me, man. Yeah, they got DeAndre Hopkins and shit, but these quarterbacks suck. They suck. Will Levy's put mayo in his coffee. That's gross. That's gross. So then you got the Jaguars. The Jaguars, they're led by Doug Peterson. In his first season, he led them to the playoffs. He shit on what Urban Meyer did. Obviously, Urban Meyer was not a good coach. Let's just be real. He wasn't a good coach. He was a college coach. But Trevor Lawrence got better. And that's what you want to see out of your prize quarterback. This is your guy. This is who your system is built around. This is who your franchise is built around. This is what everything is built around is Doug Peterson and Trevor Lawrence. So, Jaguars, I got the Colts beating them the first game of the season. I got them losing to Kansas City, so that's losing the first 2 games of the year. But they're going to be all right because they'll beat Houston, they'll beat Atlanta, they'll beat Buffalo. Then they'll beat the Colts, they'll lose to New Orleans, beat Pittsburgh, lose to San Francisco, beat Tennessee, beat Houston, lose to Cincinnati, lose to Cleveland, beat Baltimore, beat Tampa Bay, beat Carolina, and lose to Tennessee, and finish the season at 10-7. I can see that out of the Jags. They don't really. Calvin Ridley plays for them. What's he gonna do? The man obviously can't stay out of trouble. And honestly, when he was in Atlanta, what did he really do in Atlanta? I'm gonna put the stats on the screen. That's what he did in Atlanta in his time there, and bet on games and got suspended. Come on, man. Who are you and what am I? And then you got the Colts, y'all. So the Colts, Anthony Richardson today. Anthony Richardson. Yep. Oh, yeah. I'm invested. I am 100% invested in Anthony Richardson and the Colts. I am. I'm invested in him. I called it on draft night when I predicted this shit. First and foremost, I predicted Shane Steichen being the head coach, and I predicted the Colts drafting Anthony Richardson. Can I get a goddamn amen? Excuse my French. I mean, I did that. I said that. I said this was going to happen months before it even happened. Like I said this shit, man. Hardy sent me the list of coaches that were available and that were being discussed. I said, Shane Steichen right there. He coached Justin Herbert. He coached Jalen Hurts. Give us this guy. Give us this guy. And the Colts offense looks similar to Philly's offense did last year, man. I mean, Anthony Richardson, he went down the field like it was no problem. Them receivers, though, Reggie Wayne, what are you doing, man? You better be coaching these dudes better because they've been dropping a lot of balls. They dropped a lot of balls right there. I was like, what the fuck is going on? All right, so I got the Colts beating Jacksonville, beating Houston, losing to Baltimore, losing to the Rams, beating Tennessee, losing to Jacksonville, beating Cleveland, beating New Orleans, beating Carolina and Frank's ass, losing to the Patriots. But actually, I think we'll beat the Patriots. So I'll take that off of there. I got us beating the fucking Patriots. I got us beating Tampa Bay, losing to Tennessee, losing to Cincinnati, losing to Pittsburgh, because we're cursed against the Steelers. I don't know why we just can't beat Pittsburgh. We really can't. We're fucking cursed. It's set in stone in the history of the NFL. Whenever the Colts play the Steelers, they're cursed. And then you got beating Atlanta, beating Vegas, and beating Houston. Finished the season at 11-6 and winning the division. I said that shit. You can fucking book it. They said the Colts were gonna suck. Man, they ain't gonna suck. They got damn near the same squad from last year. There's only a couple guys that are gone. Last year's team, man, they were just a couple plays away. They didn't have a coach. Shit was fucked up. Shit happens, you already know. So then we got the NFC West. If y'all don't know, because it's a very boring division. Consists of the Panthers, the Falcons, the Saints, and the Buccaneers. If you don't know, let's start with the Saints. The Saints, they got Derek Carr, and they got Jamal Williams now. Jamal Williams will be a big help to them, but Derek Carr, man, I don't know if being in a new home will help him or not, but, like, he's swole. He got bigger, but on that same token, like, come on, man. Then again, as for the Saints, I got the Saints going, losing to Tennessee to open the season, beating Carolina, losing to Green Bay, beating Tampa Bay, losing to New England, losing to Houston, beating Jacksonville, losing to the Colts, beating the Chicago, the shit-eating Bears, losing to the Vikings, losing to Atlanta, losing to the Lions, beating Carolina, losing to the Giants, losing to the Rams, beating Tampa Bay, and beating Atlanta, finishing at 7-10. I'm not going to go into the Buccaneers. They got Baker Mayfield as their quarterback. The Buccaneers are going to be fucking garbage. They're going to go 2-15. The only teams they're going to beat this year are Atlanta and Tennessee. Yep, I said that shit. And then you got the Panthers. So Frank Reich is coaching the Panthers. They got Bryce Young starting at quarterback. The Panthers, their defense is really good. They're good. But I'm going to tell y'all about Frank, man. Y'all ain't going one game at a time. That's what Frank's motto is, one game at a time. So, this is what I got the Panthers doing. I got them beating Atlanta, losing the next 5 games. They lose to New Orleans, Seattle, Vikings, Lions, Miami. And then they beat Houston. And then they lose to the Colts. And then they lose to Chicago. And they lose to Dallas. And then they beat Tennessee, beat Carolina, lose to New Orleans, beat Atlanta, beat Green Bay, lose to Jacksonville, and beat Tampa Bay and finish at 7-10. That just sounds like a Frank record to me. And then we'll end with the Falcons. I'm not going to go into them either because they might be worse than that. But Desmond Ridder is going to be their starting quarterback this season. The Falcons are just one of those squads that, they're cursed as well. They're in misery. That franchise, they just do the same shit every year. Like, y'all got rid of Matt Ryan. Now Matt Ryan's back in the building. Like, he's helping during training camp and shit. And he said that the Colts season last year, basically, to sum it up, it was a shit show. And people were criticizing Matt Ryan for that, but it was a shit show. It was a complete shit show. You can't say it any better, but the Falcons season this season, it's going to be a complete shit show, and they're going to go 5-12. Just saying. Thank y'all for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment. This is part 4. That is it. We did it. The season starts here in 3 weeks. I can't wait. I'm excited. Please don't forget. Check out the Sports Corner. It'll be coming out. Until next time, y'all. Peace.